From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Superdome in New Orleans. Today, we've got an NFC South matchup between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. Taking it about the 1. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. Young wasting no time, right to the air. He'll find his man, Terrace Marshall, complete. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's second down. A good, safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
Throwing again on second down. Young. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, it's Young. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. And the defense coming through on third down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. But defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3-and-out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept them short of a first down on first and second down. And then on third down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. A 41-yard punt there with no return. The Saints coming out now to take the field. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On play action, now Carr. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point that continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Open man is Michael Thomas. And he is going to have a Saints first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Thomas brings it in. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Give him 32 on the play.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now Carr. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping him for the sack.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Carr now to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game. Watching him try to take away that area of the field.
So on 4th down, on comes Saints kicker Will Lutz. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So a pretty good opening drive that'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Young's throw taken in by Chark. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Many teams, as soon as they spot man defense, if they haven't called a hitch, they'll get to it as fast as they can. They want to put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers and hope that he can break a tackle on the outside and go for big yardage.
Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Another run here with Sanders. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. They'll try to throw now. Young. For Marshall, that's complete. Touchdown, Carolina. Terrace Marshall. 54 yards. And the Panthers have answered that early field goal to take a 1st quarter lead. Boy, just zero hesitation from the rookie passer there, partner. He is coming out firing in this opening quarter.
And all the talk leading into this game was that pass rush talking about challenging this guy, getting into his grill, getting into his space. And how about him? Might be his first year in the NFL, but I don't see any fear in him at all. How about that big-time throw right out of the gate?
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd and 9, Carr out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. There's Chris Olave. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Carr now on 1st down. He gets it to Thomas. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Again, it's Carr. They'll get this out to Kamara. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
To throw again on 2nd down. Carr back to Kamara for another catch. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. That play could never get started thanks to the defensive effort of Shaq Thompson.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Again, it's Kamara. And for a second straight play, just nowhere to go thanks to this Carolina defense. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his man Johnson. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
The kick by Lutz is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. He might be being set up here for a busy ball game. Already 2 kicks here in the first quarter, and he's knocked back through the post.
And for now, you know they'll be happy getting those 3 points, but what they really want is to find a way for him to kick extra points instead of field goals.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
That one complete. He finds Shark. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now here's Young. He's got a man. That's Marshall. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
A give running left. It's Sanders. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Another run with Sanders. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Running right, here's Sanders. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Young will set to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Marshall. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It was Cameron Jordan who came in and got him.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On 2nd and 15 now, Young. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Partner guaranteed they approach this point with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
3rd and long for Young. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
On 1st down, Carr. This one taken in by Olave. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
And Kamara with a carry there on 1st down as he works his way forward for a pickup of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw his Carr. Wide open receiver complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Second down at 5. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. Now they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle, and if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
On 2nd and 9, Carr drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. It'll be a gain of 5, and now we've got a 3rd and 4.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Now Carr. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
The kick by Lutz is good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Carolina offense about ready to go. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. A first down throw for Young. And this one is incomplete.
My high school coach John Ford used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now Young. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Now a hit and a loose football. The 20. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 5. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. taken in at the 3. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
Let's go, baby. Let's go now. Let's go.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing now is Carr. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Carr now on 1st down. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. 27 yards. And the Saints have retaken the lead. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they have no answer for that right there.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is now 2. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Panthers now set to take over offensively. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Young on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Marshall. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now Young.
Open man downfield is Sanders. He's got him.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29.
They go with the empty set there. 5 receivers in the formation. Normally, you want to have a running back in to block, but in this case, he's lined up to the right, and he ends up getting the football. A lot of confusion caused defensively, and it turns into a big play.
First and 10, Young.
And once again, this is Sanders.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half. Now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
They're backed up here with a first and 20 now after the holding penalty. Throwing, Young. That is caught by Thielen. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
That swung out wide to Sanders. And the Panthers are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Young. Touchdown, Panthers. Miles Sanders as the first half is winding down.
And the Panthers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
Well, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but his top 2 options were not available on that throw, so he went the safe route, worked out pretty well.
It was like you were in the pocket. How about you going through the progressions like that? But a lot of offenses say touchdown to check down. Look downfield first, bring it back to the line of scrimmage. Not easy for a rookie to do. Oftentimes they get one look, and they make their decision off of that. He went through 3. That was impressive.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away from the 6. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And the Saints going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
And the Saints going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Carr. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. The final shot here before half for Carr. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. And the first half, just like the end of the game, can't end with a defensive penalty. They'll have another play.
One more play, untimed. See what happens here.
So we come upon halftime. Intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. And the Saints set to go here to begin the third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now. The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
57 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
On 2nd down, Kamara.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Offensive line right now really freeing up the rushing lanes on this drive.
And we have to give them props. They've earned them. But these big runs that we're seeing, they don't result without everyone else being involved as well. Blocking on the perimeter has to take place downfield too.
Kamara up the middle. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Shotgun now for Carr. To the right side and complete to Thomas.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. Now he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive, because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Carr now to throw. And that is incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Will Lutz now to try the New Orleans field goal. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good, and they have regained the lead. So it's another field goal here. He may need to ice his leg after this one. That's now 5 field goals converted in this game alone.
Yeah, get the trainer. They're going to need this guy, and they've needed every single one of the field goals he's made, too. If they're going to get out of here with a win, I say he gets a game ball.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half.
And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. Here comes Sanders on the toss right.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Young.
And that will be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for Carolina. Fielded at the 33. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met. Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Carr. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. 98 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Second down, and it's Kamara again. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down. Here's Carr to throw. Forced out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Derek Brown drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
He's known for his legs and his fancy footwork, but he's not getting much of a chance to use it here. The defense continued to hold the upper hand by bringing him down on that play.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this is going to remain a 1-point game. It's not too often you see a holder putting that football down right on the midfield stripe. 60 yards, Charles, but a little bit too much to bite off there.
Yeah, it's good to show confidence in your kicker. That might have been just a little bit too much. I'll guarantee you, as you just noted, putting it down on the midfield stripe, the holder's thinking to himself, that's a long way. Probably not as confident as well.
Taken down at the 47-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll go again with Sanders. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Young on third down. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Now Sanders. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Second down, back to Sanders. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Young. And this one incomplete.
Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air and defensively. They were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down. Young will set to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. The kick by Pinheiro is good, and they have regained the lead. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
After the field goal, on to kick it away is Pinheiro. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And I hate to point to that missed field goal from their last drive, but you look at the scoreboard, they would be in the lead if they had that 3.
Well, no doubt those points or those missed points do loom large, but here they're getting a chance for a makeup, aren't they? Almost like my time in school. I was always begging my teachers for a makeup exam. Here's their opportunity now to put those points on the board.
And every point becoming more vital here in the second half.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Third quarter of a 2-point game, a good one so far. Here's 2nd and 10. Carr. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Back now here live in New Orleans. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a play fake. Carr. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Former first-rounder Derek Brown living up to the billing on that stop.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
Now on 2nd and 13. Carr. Sideline throw, it's complete.
And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Carr. And he wisely will throw that one away.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. This for a 4th quarter lead. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of looking behind it, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. You talk about a big kick under pressure in the 4th quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they'd missed that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. It's Young on 1st down. Open man right side is Shark. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Young. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 60 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Another run here with Sanders. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Young now. It's caught by Sanders. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
And he missed it. It's no good. And that'll keep this a 1-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Carr going to throw. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
From midfield, here's Carr. Over the middle, complete. It's Johnson.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Trying the left side with Kamara. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 5. Open man is Michael Thomas.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Throwing now is Carr. Now they go screen. It's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, it's a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then tonight and see the ball go through the posts. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And Young's throw there incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. For Marshall, that's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. They'll throw again. Young. Eluding the pressure, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Cameron Jordan in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Now Young. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack, now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that could be used against them.
Able to connect with Chark.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
First down now, but that clock rolling.
Here's Young. That's once again complete to Chark. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
And remember, field goal does them no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon. The Panthers got to go quickly. They're moving with a sense of urgency right now.
Young. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Over the middle, hauled in by Shark.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
An incompletion, now a short pickup. That's not going to do it.
Yeah, you got to get to the line of scrimmage quickly, get set up, and aim downfield.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Young to throw.
Left side here to Sanders. And he's brought down short by a yard. It's a third down gain of 4. It's desperation time. Young on 4th down. Open man is Thielen. It's complete.
And the Panthers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Partner, what a finish to this one. I mean, this offense, they had it down. They're inside the red zone. Ultimately couldn't execute that final snap to find the end zone.
Yeah, they're going to walk away from this one, and you know it's going to go through their heads the entire time until they get to play again. If we could only have that final snap to do over one more time, maybe with a different play call.